Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm gonna show you a quick tutorial on how to build an AI voice agent for cold calling. Now, to give you some context, I'm not saying that this system can replace skilled salespeople for calls requiring deep conversations or closing deals. No, that's not what we are aiming for here. Those types of calls are still tough to handle with current AI voice tech. Instead, this is for businesses with a very straightforward script, mostly yes or no questions, where the goal is to pre-qualify the leads before passing them on to human agents. And for that purpose, AI outbound callers can do a great job. For example, let's say you run an insurance company. You could use these AI agents to call a list of leads and qualify them based on whether they are above a certain age or meet some specific conditions, for your insurance products. Or it could also be a dental clinic, for example, where the AI's job is to call a list of patients and confirm upcoming appointments or reschedule if necessary, if they can't make it, right? So there are tons of other examples where a simple, straightforward script can work. One more example is an arbitrage real estate company where the job of this AI agent is to call a list of homeowners and just find out if they want to rent their property or not, and then pass that information to the team or maybe schedule a discovery call or something like that. But for our demo today, we are going to build an AI agent that will act as a representative for a dummy roofing company, and it will call a list of homeowners offering them a free roof inspection. And for businesses like this, offering high-ticket services like roofing services, an average job might bring in like $10,000 in revenue. So if the AI agent brings in at least one lead that converts into a paying customer, the ROI would be huge. It's a no-brainer. The whole system would pay for itself with only one successful lead. So the AI agent's job here is simple. Find out if they are interested in a free roof inspection. If they are, get their availability and then schedule the inspection. That's it, 3 steps. I know this setup might not be totally realistic, but I just want to show you the mechanics, how this AI agent can call, qualify leads, book demos or schedule appointments, and then the same can be applied to any service-based businesses like already discussed, dental clinics, beauty clinics, insurance companies, merchant credit cards companies, and so on. But today we are going to do a roofing company, so let me show you a quick demo, then I'll break down how it all works, and after that I'll show you step by step, as always, sharing my screen, how to build it so that you could do it yourself.
Is this Boden?
Hello, yes, this is Bogdan.
Hey, Boden, it's Ben from Bosar Roofing Company. How's your day going?
All good, all good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. I'm calling to offer you a free, no obligation roof inspection. Interested?
A roof inspection.
Yeah, a little TLC for your roof. Interested in scheduling the inspection?
Yes, why not? When?
All right, cool. We've got flexible options. What day and time work for you?
Let's do tomorrow, 2 p.m.
I'm sorry, but we are already booked for that time. How about we schedule for the day after tomorrow at 10 a.m. instead?
Yes, let's do it after tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Got it. You're all set for the day after tomorrow at 10 a.m. Our specialist will be there. Thanks for your time, Bogdan. Have a great day.
Thank you, bye-bye. Alright, this is to visualize how the whole system is going to work. We are going to start with Google Sheets. This is our leads database. We have first name, last name, phone number, email. It can be a CRM system, but for simplicity, we're going to use Google Sheets. This lead data is going to be extracted by make.com, and then it will be passed to Relevance AI via API. So we're going to pass all these data points such as first name, phone number, email address, and then Relevance AI is the tool we are going to use today to build this whole solution. There are a few main components such as agents and tools. Agents can be provided with core instructions. They have ability to reason, right? And to complete their task, they can use different tools. We are going to create these tools separately and then add as a toolkit for our agent, okay? So again, once our lead data variables are passed via API to Relevance AI, this API call is going to trigger our agent to initiate the task, okay? Then the instruction I provided my agent with are the following: get available slots first, then when it knows which slots are available to book a meeting, it is going to make a call. There is a specific script to run that call, and during that call it is going to offer a free roof inspection. If that lead is interested in that, we will get the availability, the preferred time, and if that preferred time aligns with our available slots, we are going to call the third tool and book an event in our Google Calendar. If the preferred time from the lead is not available because we have another event already scheduled, then our agent should understand that and offer different time slot that is within our available slots. Now I'm going to show you how Relevance AI looks like. This tool is really flexible. You can basically create various agents from templates and just modify them to your needs, or of course you can create one from scratch. Okay, so let me show you the agent I created for this particular tutorial. First of all, we have core instructions. This is the objective for our agent. It should describe how the agent should work, as simple as that. Then we have flow builder. I'm not going to dive into that today. I'll keep it for the next video. But flow builder consists of conditionals and instructions. So it means that conditionals are decision points. If that happened, then do this. It basically allows you to structure the whole workflow in a more precise way. And then we have connected resources, abilities, tools, and sub-agents. There is a lot to unpack with abilities and sub-agents, but again, I'm not going to do that today. Let's focus on tools. So you can create different tools, add them to your agent, and then include them in your core instructions. For example, here, before the call, use get calendar availability tool to get the available time slots. And that's how it works. Then there are advanced settings. You can basically go through them and set up everything according to your needs. You can change the LLM here, but I'm okay with using GPT-4o Mini. Let's go to the core instructions and just understand how they should be structured. Objective: before the call, use the get calendar availability tool to get the available time slots. So I wanted to know which time slots are available before making my call. Conduct cold calls to homeowners offering a free, no obligation roof inspection. The call should be straightforward, following a simple script: introduction, ask if interested, schedule appointment if yes, or politely end the call if not. All inspections are 30 minutes long. Work out the end date from the start date plus 30 minutes. Then call the user using call the user tool. Only use the call step once, never met explain. So I basically added a few points here based on my iterations, but this is how it looks. And by the way, you can download this template of the whole agent and then use it in your project. So no need to build it from scratch. You can find all the templates, both for Relevance AI and for Make.com scenario in my school community. The link will be provided in the video description. All right, so once we have this objective, we need to add tools. Tools are very interesting. Let me show you how to build them. So for example, we have call the user, but before calling the user, let's follow our sequence. The first tool to use is get calendar availability. So let's go to this one. For tools, you have three main tabs: use, build, and logs. Use is to initiate the tool, build is to configure everything, and logs is basically a record of how it's being used. Let's switch to the build tab. Here, first of all, you need to name your tool, provide a description. Try to make it as precise as possible. Then you can add the knowledge base, basically to provide some context about your topic. The next section is user inputs. Here we need to define what information the user should provide this tool. And again, it could be provided manually, like you can chat with this tool and provide those inputs, or it could be fetched from a third-party tools via API, for example, and it will be passed as variables programmatically. How to define these inputs? You just need to click on the type of the input and a new field will be created. Okay, so first of all, you can name it, then you can enter description to help user or agent understand input. You can set some values here, like I did. This is my time in ISO format, and then you can click set current value and it will be set as default, and then you can rename this variable according to your needs. In my case, it's start date, and then you can use this variable for configuring another tool or using it in your core instructions for the agent. So it is very, very useful here. So my inputs here are start date, end date, and meeting duration, and I'm going to pass all of them from make.com. Then we need to add another step, which is to check Google Calendar availability. So we just click on this plus button, search for Google, and then check Google Calendar availability. It is already pre-configured, but you need to add your variables. First of all, connect your Google account. Then for start date, you need to click on this curly brackets icon to be able to select your variables. So I'll just select the variable I created above, right, in my input section. Then end date again, click on this icon for variables, select end date, then slot duration, again clicking on this icon and selecting my meeting duration. Cool, start time of working hours. So I want it to start at 8 and end time of working hours, let's say 6 p.m. Okay, time zone, just select your time zone. Doesn't matter, but this is for your reference. I have it already created here above. And then this is going to be a variable that you can use in your next tool. So for example, I'm going to set the start date, the end date. Then this tool is going to check the available slots within those time frames. And the result will be this variable which I can use as an input for my next tool, which will be call the user. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let's quickly delete this and go to call the user tool. Here again, switch to build tab, and we need to provide inputs for this tool. So again, I created all of them manually. First name, gave it a name, first name, last name, gave it a name, last name, phone, available time slots. Here, as I just explained, I use check Google Calendar variable, which is basically this one. So the output from this tool is going to be used as an input for this tool. Then you need to add another step, which is make phone call. So when you click on this plus button, you can search for make phone call. And there are two options, make phone call like this or VAPI AI make phone call. The difference is that make phone call is going to use VAPI anyway, but it will be pre-configured and they will use the number and the account that belongs to Relevance AI. If you choose VAPI AI make phone call, then you can connect your own VAPI AI account. I selected make phone call and I'm going to use the default account that is created by Relevance AI. So there are pros and cons. I don't need to set it up, but I cannot change any settings. Let's stick to this one for this tutorial. And here you need to provide the whole script for the call, the whole system prompt for the agent, if you will. First of all, the phone variable that is going to be fetched from make.com and used as an input here. Then we need to select our assistant model. Let's stick to 3.5 turbo. Then you need to enter assistant system prompt. So in my case, I gave it a role. You are an experienced outbound caller for the Bosar Roofing Company. Then I describe its task. Some notes, be sure to be kind and kind of funny and witty. Keep all your responses short and simple. use casual language, phrases like well, and I mean, blah blah blah. So this I also noted that this is a voice conversation, so keep your responses short, like in real conversation. Don't ramble for too long, etc. Then there is assistant prompt, and here I just described the whole script for the conversation. So there is greeting, hello, is this first name? First name is going to be pulled from make.com, from our Google spreadsheets, and then basically the whole conversation and how it should be conducted. Then there is assistant first message, which is optional, but I decided to include it. Hello, is this first name? Then there is assistant final message. Then there is one more step, VAPI AI call details. So you only need to input this variable here. How to find it? This is the variable above, right? From our previous step, you just need to start searching for variables. It is VAPI AI send call managed. So let's find it. VAPI AI send call managed. And you should use the one with call ID at the end. This way it will be set up properly, and our agent, for example, will be able to use call details for its work. All right, let me show you the third tool, which is a book event in calendar and how to set it up. Let's go to build, and here again the same thing. You should name it first, add the description. You can add the knowledge base if you wish. Let's configure the user inputs. Again, the first one, I named it event title. It should be the name of the event which it will create in my calendar. Then there is variable event title. The second input is meeting description, summary of what the event will be about. Meeting description variable. Again, each time you create it and name the variable to be able to use it later on. Then start time, end time, attendee email, first name, and then based on all these inputs, it will create the calendar event. You just need to click add button, search for create, find create. In my case, it is Google, but you can also use Outlook calendar. Create Google Calendar event, connect your Google account, and here just again add your variables that you created. Event title for event title, description. It is optional, so I just skip it. Then start time. Again, click this icon for using variables. Start time is start, then end time is end. Attendee email list, new item. So you can add a list of attendees, or in my case, it is going to be a variable which is email. All right, yeah. So why list? Because here you can add not a string, but for example, an array, which is text list, right? So it is an array, and you can add several emails of your employees, and all of them will be added each time when the calendar event is created. But in my case, there is only one email that is passed from make.com, plus my email, one more email, which will be stipulated here in core instructions. So I said, if the requested time is available, based on the call summary, use book event in calendar to book the inspection in the calendar. When you do that, the attendees should include two email addresses. The first one is my email, and I clearly stipulated my email, and the second one is the one provided as attendee email, and I'm going to provide this attendee email from make.com via API because I have it in my lead list. All right, let's go back to book event in calendar tool. So once you created this step to actually create a Google Calendar event, let me delete this one. This tool is done. Just click save. Then you need to add this tool. So when you go back to your agent configuration screen, you can add tool, and you can add the tools that you created, and you must do it in order to be able to use them for this agent. Then in your core instructions, you can just press slash and select the tool which you'd like to use in that context. Okay, I think that's it for the agent configuration and tools configuration. Now the main thing to do is to connect it to make.com. So when you go to agent profile, there are integrations and triggers here, and you can basically trigger it by some actions from other tools, like from HubSpot. Whenever a new lead is created, a new profile in your CRM is created, it will trigger this agent. But I decided to go with API. So you just click on API and you will be provided with the instructions to use in order to pass the information to this agent. So let's go to make.com and then we will use these instructions for the last module in our scenario. So this is my make.com scenario. Which kind of variables are we going to send from make.com to Relevance AI? So for the first tool, for get calendar availability, we are going to send start date, this input, and end date, this input. Then for call the user, we are going to send first name, last name, phone, and that's it. Available time slots will be generated by our first tool. And for the last tool, for book event in calendar, we are going to send attendee email as well from our Google spreadsheets. So let me show you how it's set up. The first module is Google Sheets, watch new rows. Here you just need to connect your Google account, connect the relevant spreadsheet ID. It's all very straightforward, and I limited it to one because I want to process only one row at a time. Then I have two ChatGPT completion steps. Again, you just input your API key from OpenAI and connect your account, select the model, and then I have system prompt and user prompt. So system prompt is I'll provide you with the current time and format it according to my requirements. So this is the format of the time that my Relevance AI tool expects, right? Like here. So I just took this value and input it as an example for my ChatGPT prompt. And then there is a user prompt. This is the current date time. I used make.com default function here to provide ChatGPT with the current time. And then I wanted to get the available slots for the next 14 days, right? So the next ChatGPT completion step is to get the end time, right? I'll provide you with the current time, add 14 days, and only output the date time in the same format. This is the current time. So this ChatGPT completion step will provide me with the start date, which is now, and the second OpenAI completion step will provide me with the end date, which is now plus 14 days from now, okay? And then we need to configure this HTTP make a request module. Again, we just need to go to Relevance AI documentation and follow the steps described here. The first thing is endpoint. So here's the method post and the URL you need to use. Just copy it, go to make.com, paste it here, then select method post. Then we need to add headers. Again, go to your documentation. Here you will see here headers, content type, application JSON. Then we have authorization, your API key. Okay, so let's first add two headers, content type, application JSON, and then authorization, your API key. So the first header is authorization and my API key. API key you can generate right here, just generate API key and you can use it. Let's just copy it and paste it here. And the second header is content type application JSON according to the instructions from Relevance AI. And then we need to enter the body here. So again, go to Relevance AI documentation. There is request body example. So you can copy this, then paste it here in make.com. And then you see here is content hello. So instead of hello, I just pasted all my variables that are expected by my tools. So first name, and I selected my variable generated by Google Sheets module, last name as well, phone number. I used phone. Again, the variables should be exactly the same as you stipulated in your tools. So you see that was first underscore name, last underscore name, phone, and I used exactly the same here. First underscore name, then my variable, last underscore name, my variable, phone, my variable, then start date and end date. These two variables will be expected by my first tool, which is get available slots, and email, meeting duration, just a static number 30 minutes, and then agent ID will be pre-populated by default here, and because you click it within your specific agent, you click API and you'll have this agent's ID already here. Okay, this is all ready and done. So if I click run once, you can also schedule it to run every 15 minutes or every day or every minute, but I'll just run it once for test purposes. It should use this information, so Bogdan, my number, my email, and then it should create a calendar event in my calendar. I'm going to say that I will be available at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So today is Saturday. Yeah, it's almost 11 p.m. so I'm a bit tired, but I'll say my preferred time is tomorrow 2 p.m. It should realize that it is already booked and offer me some other time slots. Let's see. I'll just click run once and let's do it.
Is this Boden?
Hello, yes, this is Bogdan.
Hey, Boden, it's Ben from Bosar Roofing Company. How's your day going?
All good, all good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. I'm calling to offer you a free, no obligation roof inspection. Interested?
A roof inspection.
Yeah, a little TLC for your roof. Interested in scheduling the inspection?
Yes, why not? When?
All right, cool. We've got flexible options. What day and time work for you?
Let's do tomorrow, 2 p.m.
I'm sorry, but we are already booked for that time. How about we schedule for the day after tomorrow at 10 a.m. instead?
Yes, let's do it after tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Got it. You're all set for the day after tomorrow at 10 a.m. Our specialist will be there. Thanks for your time, Bogdan. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So I'm not going to do any cuts. Let's see if it schedules it live. So here a new event should appear. And by the way, you can track everything, what's going on in your agent logs right here, all the tasks. So this task is completed. Yeah, so there's a new event, free roof inspection. All good. So it's booked, and you can always check what happened during the task. So first it used get calendar availability. That was my input. That was my end date and my start date and meeting duration. Then this was the output from my get calendar availability task. So all the available slots in the next 14 days, each of them is 30 minutes long. Then we had call the user. And again, the input was the output from the previous tool, all these time slots. Then my first name, last name, and phone. These were passed from make.com. And then we had a book event in my calendar, and it realized the preferred time date based on my call. Okay, so I think that's it. Honestly, this is one of the laziest ways to do it. A lot of unexpected things might come up, but I just wanted to show you the basic logic of how Relevance AI works. The idea of having agents, sub-agents, and tools is really smart, and you can implement a lot of solutions with it. However, this particular setup is just a starting point. If this were a real-life project for our agency, for example, we'd go through several prompt iterations. We'd use our own VAPI account, to set up voice configuration, different functions. I've already done an overview of VAPI in a previous video on AI voice. Make sure to check that out. We'd also use multiple numbers, for cold calling to avoid getting blocked, and many more small optimizations. So feel free to experiment and get familiar with this tool, dive deeper. You'll never be able to build a working, custom, reliable solution if you only stick to following YouTube tutorials, and that's it. You need to put in a lot of hours actually learning and practicing, and then you'll get there. If you're feeling a bit lost with all the variables, like when to use a string or an array, or if you are struggling with prompting. All of that will be meticulously covered in our AI fellowship program, so you'll learn everything you need to know to build AI and automation solutions. The link to that will be in the video description. I am planning to prepare more in-depth tutorials on Relevance AI in the future to show you more use cases, so stay tuned. But for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye bye.